Good morning and welcome to today's episode of The Daily Light. So last night I was praying and reflecting on my life, and I feel like God gave me an image of these chains being broken away. And as I reflected about it, I was thinking of how much I've changed and the fact that what I want to do is live a life of abundance like Christ promised us. But then what's the difference? How come some people have that and some people don't? And it comes down to, are you following the will of God or not? Because here's the thing, when we think about following the will of God, or at least when I did, I thought of it as something that was going to hold me back, something I didn't want to do, because like Jesus had to go die on a cross to follow the will of God. Whereas if I follow what I want, I should know better for my own life, right, than anybody else. That's what we tend to think, but it's not like that. The one that knows better for your life is the one who created you. He's the only one that knows what purpose you're here for, what your mission here on earth is. And you're only going to be fulfilled and find happiness when you live according to his will and you find out what that purpose is and live according to it. Because here's the thing, you have two paths. Either you obey God and obey his commandments, or you live according to what you want. But let's face it, what happens in your life when you do what you want? You fall into sin. You let go of yourself. Because for some reason, we think of freedom and following our own will as doing whatever we want, as kind of just giving pleasure to the flesh. What does that bring? It brings us being overweight because we lose all self-control. It leads to anger and having problems with other people because then we feel entitled and we don't look to serve people with love. And then we hold on to this anger and we hold on to this guilt. And that holds so many of us back from living that abundant, fulfilling life that Christ promised us. So as I was thinking about this, Deuteronomy 30 came into mind, and I want to read it to you. Because God's talking about his commandments and what happens when we choose to follow his will. So Deuteronomy 30 says, "My word is very near to you. It's already in your mouth and in your heart so that you can put it into practice. See, I set before you on this day life and good, evil and death. I command you to love the Lord your God and follow his ways. Observe his commandments, his norms, and his laws, and you will live and increase. And the Lord will give you his blessings in the land you are going to possess. But if your heart turns away and does not listen, if you are drawn away and bow before other gods to serve them, I declare on this day that you shall perish." Think about where your life is now. Those areas that hurt, those areas that are bringing you down. Maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your relationships, maybe it's your own self-image. There's nothing that can't be fixed if you obey God. If you decide that you're going to stop doing what you think is best for you and you let go and you put everything in God's hands. We are only set free when we are in full obedience to God. Because when we're in obedience to our flesh and what we want, that's when all the problems come. If you want that life in which you're full of confidence, that you're full of joy, that every day you're excited to just be alive and think like, who can I help today? That comes from listening to the word of the Lord in your heart that he already gave you. Be in obedience. Choose life. Let go of all these things that are holding you back today and choose him. Only you know what those things are. Only you know what those things are that are chaining you down: anger, guilt, resentment. Let them go and tell God that today you want to choose life. God bless you and have an amazing day.